What's up, y'all? This is Hussein Nasser from IGeometry. Alright, uh, I was thinking what to discuss in this episode. Apparently, we are exhausting our best rent application. It's being stretched out of functionality, and we are really exhausting our basic functionalities. And we are entering the territory of advanced ArcObject programming. So, and after 20 episodes, and this is the 20th episode, I guess I just feel that you guys need more time to get your hands on with the interfaces. So, before diving into the deep, before rolling into the deep with Adele, we gonna do something. Okay, this was all right. Uh, we will do a simple short episode this time, and I promise you we're gonna do something more advanced in the future. You guys suggested geoprocessing stuff. I don't know, some of you geometric networks. uh, some of you send me some emails to do some calculation, how to use iCalculator interfaces, and to do geoprocessing in general. We're going to get into these, but I just need the context, some context to explain these, all these. I don't want to explain something out of the blue. I just want to put it in a context to explain it within our best rent application. So okay, I got this out of my chest. Now, for today's episode, we're going to discuss. This is actually the part 2 of working with layers, right? Yeah. We're going to do something. We're going to work with layers. We're going to introduce the concept of group layers. This is something we haven't worked before in the previous episodes. So, what is exactly a group layer? All right. So this is our tool, load data, and we have ourselves some data. The group layer is basically a hollow layer. So you can right click on this data frame and click new group layer and name it whatever you want. It's just some sort of cosmetic feature in ArcMap. So let's say call it my group layers, something like that. And then you drag layers inside these for organizing your map, for categorizing your map, put stuff together. If you have so many layers, then it will be really ugly just to flat them out, right? And group layers are really great tool to organize your layers. In our case, it's not much of a use, but we're gonna show you how these are programmed. How can we program against group layers, and how how it's gonna mess up our application basically because nothing will work now with group layers. We didn't support group layers in our coding previously, so yeah. So group layers, group layers. So we can nest group layers inside each other. All right, so like we can create group layer inside a group layer, my nested group layer, and then drag this into this, so my food and drinks layer is inside this now. And yeah, so, and inside that you have the group layer. So you get the idea, I guess, right? It's pretty basic concept in ArcMap, and for you guys who already familiar with ArcMap basically, and ArcGIS desktop, you guys know, of course, you guys worked with this previously. So what I wanted to say, yes, so one feature of this group layer is that when you have a group layer, basically you can if you hide this group layer, everything inside that group is just disappeared, you know. So many features in this group layer. You can, that's one of them. So let's close this and let's open a fresh arc map. So my favorite game is out. It's called Bloodborne. Yesterday I downloaded it. I played it. So difficult. So good. Bloodborne. Try it out. For those who have PS4, PlayStation 4. Alright. Alright, so my application works perfectly here, right? Everything nice. By the way, guys, if you feel like you need any additional functionality in this, please do suggest, alright? Like how to, I don't know, how to add how to display all the categories here instead. We can do that if you want to, you know. So my application works fine, but let's just create a group layer here and see what will happen. So this is what food. I see group layer. Let's just call it group layer. Nothing. I'll just call it food. So what I did is I created a group layer, called it food, and I inserted my actual layer here. So this is my actual layer. It has a source, it has selection, it has display, it has symbology, it has so many things you can do. You can configure these things. A group layer, not so much. You cannot do anything with it. You can check the transparency of all the layers inside it. You can, of course, work with these layers, and you can, of course, work with the scale. Pretty much that's it. So, that's a mess. I know why this is causing an error, and that's what I will explain right now. So it says object not set to a reference. Okay, so this is our current map, right? Let's go open the code and show you what you did, guys. You read the code, not me. I'm trying to. Open restaurants. In our code, we're gonna support the group layer now. So, thank God we cleaned our code. Now we have one single function to look for the layer. Like we have our singleton last episode, correct? Where is my singleton? Where the restaurant application? Good, beautiful. All right, let me show you another bug first before we go dive deep. So if I fix that, I go back here. Now voila, it works, right? If I deleted the group layer, if my layer is not nested, everything works fine. So what is wrong exactly here? There's another bug that I always wanted to fix here. So what happens if I change the name here? So some users like I don't like underscores. I like spaces. So he's just gonna mess with your map, and he said, "Hey, I like it this way." So sue me, right? This should work. I just changed the name, but you guys, your application is not working. Yeah, that's messed up. We have to fix that as well. So two things. Let's tackle them one by one. Let's tackle the easiest one first. How about that, huh? Let's tackle this one. So let's go to our function that searches for layer. This is the function that searches for a get layer by name. You give it a name and you search the layers here, right? So give me the document because the map is in the document. Loop through the layers. So this is the array of layers. So layer sub zero, Scorpion. Layer sub zero. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Layer sub zero is this. Layer sub one is this, right? Okay. So this is the first layer. This is the second layer. So when I say layer of I and I is 0, I'm gonna get the first layer, which is this one. And what I'm doing is I'm checking if the layer name is layer name, which is the past, then voila, I found my layer. If I finished my loop and I didn't find any layers, then return. So let's fix that. My mistake is that I am searching the name of the layer. And this is the name of the layer, which it is changeable. It can be changed. So what is the thing that the user cannot change? Can you guess, guys? I'm going to give you literally 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, time is up. The thing that the users cannot change is the feature class name. How about that? And the feature class is inside that layer, right? And nobody can change the feature class name, and it's not going to change anytime soon, you know, unless you go to our catalog and rename that table. So this, as I said before in the previous episodes, layers are something representational, you know. Users can play with it, can what's the word? Tinker. Is it tinker? Yeah, tinker. Can tinker with these things, right? So my problem is that I'm searching the layer here. So I need to go down to the feature class, get the name of the feature class. Remember, where is the name of the feature class? The name of the feature class is in the feature class. So to get the feature class, we have to get to the feature layer. And to get the feature layer, we have to make sure what I am getting now is a feature layer. How do I do that? So if type of p layer is I feature layer, then I am a feature layer, okay? So I'm going to declare a feature layer here. All right. ما في مكاني. Okay. pf layer, the feature class. So the feature class has something called alias name. Now, the alias name also can change. All right. So let me explain this. It's all right if we take our time, right, guys? You like long episodes. This is what you told me, right? So I'm going to explain everything. I don't like to leave anything out. So the food and drinks, okay? When you go to the field, was it general? So the name of the feature class is this. The alias name is this. All right? What we are searching is this. We want this name. This can change. Maybe tomorrow you say, "Hey, I don't want this to say food and drinks. Just want to say venues in Belize, for example. I don't need to say food and drinks, venues in Belize, just venues in Belize." So someone can go on ArcObjects and change it, but it's unlikely that someone will change the table name, the feature class actual table name, right? So this is what we need to search against. So even that, this is not right. All right, so how do I get the name of the feature class? Unfortunately, for some reason that I really, guys, cannot help you, and I don't know why. There's nothing called a name here, okay? The name is inherited from a data set. So if you remember, we did explain what's the difference between dataset, tables, feature class, layers, all this we have explained in the 3rd episode. So a dataset is like the godfather of the whole thing, right? So we have a dataset. Under that, comes the feature class, table, and some other stuff, relationship classes and stuff. So these inherit, or is it the right word, implements iDataSets. So iDataSet has that name, which is the table name basically. So I can safely say pDataset at iDataset dataset equal pflayer.featureClass. I can do that because a feature class is a dataset. I cannot set the feature layer to a dataset. Feature layer is a representational stuff. It's not a table. It's not an object of the database. And then safely we can say if pDataset.name equal slayer name, then return player. And we can safely, safe and sound, delete this part. So there you go, guys. We fixed the first problem. And not only this, you know, when I load the layer here, see, when I load the data, I'm loading not the alias name, but I'm loading actually the name of the layer. We can fix that as well. Let's do that. Go ahead and fix that. So one at a time. One at a time, ladies. One at a time. All right, let's close this. Woohoo! Will this work? Now we fixed one problem, okay? The problem was we're still working with layers, right? That's why I named this episode Working with Layers Part 2. All right. Run, Forest. Load. And now I can safely, first let's, what is going on? What have I done? It's not working. I messed up, man. I messed up. I think I messed up. Let's see. I made an error. I made a bug. I made an error, guys, for the first time in my life. Did you detect the error? Because I didn't. I didn't detect the error. What's going on? So if the type of layer is IFeatureLayer, then I can declare a pLayer equal IFeatureLayer. Dataset equal this, and that's fine. pDataset.name equal hi, and then return the layer. That sounds fine. Weird. Let's go ahead and just read what's the error and where is it exactly. Okay, unless there is another function here. No, we pretty much cleaned this up. We cleaned it. Get food layer. Load. It says object not set. Where did we broke? What did we break? What did we break? What did we break? Populate categories. Okay. So populate categories says line 194. 194. What did you do, Hussein? What did you do? My God. Guys. 194. Populate categories. Where them categories? Where? 194. Show me. Ugly. It's here, right? 34. So this is the problem. So if it doesn't find it, it's nothing. So that means it didn't find it. So you know why? You know what? Oh, I think I know why. Sorry, guys. So we're searching the layer name, and I don't know if it's case sensitive or not. We need to, when this is being searched, it's something like food and drink, something like that, right? And when I pass the layer, I don't know, maybe I passed it as food and drink. So that doesn't match. So it will never find it. So what we do is basically we capitalize. Is it capitalize? We use the uppercase letters on both strings. So two upper, two upper. I guarantee this will work, guys. If it doesn't work, I am going, what? If it doesn't work, you didn't see that, guys. Okay. If it didn't work, I am going to twerk for you. Yes. I'm not gonna twerk. Okay. Oh, mamacita. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it's working. So load again. Off again. Change anything you want. And oh, still working, baby. That's right, because I'm not searching the name anymore. I'm searching the actual feature class table name. So name it whatever you want, baby. You can call it in Arabic if you want. Okay, I cannot type Arabic here, but yeah, whatever you want, you call it. You call it food, manger in France. Call it whatever you want. It will work. That's the beautiful part, right? I can still find that layer, unless of course you remove it, of course, right? That will fuck it up. So yeah, we cannot do that much about it. But we have to display some nice message, right? What do you think, guys? I forgot. Yeah, you can just display the .NET error. All right. So next thing, when I load, I want the actual name, the alias name that has been set by the administrator, the gentleman in the administration, the administrator in the R catalog. All right. What I'm saying right now. All right. So someone needs to go and change that and load the actual name. So where is the load data? Where them load data at? Where them load data at? God damn it. So this is another hard coding that I really don't like. We're gonna use yes. I solemnly swear that I am going to talk about something called customization and configuration. That's really interesting episode. Stay tuned. Right, guys? We're gonna explain about that. So I just remembered. So configuration is like how to put XML files outside your application and change those and read from those files instead of hard coding CI geometry. You know. Okay, let's focus here, guys. Even this is another that's messed up. All right. So where is our loading? So when we load layers into the map, you add the layers. We set the name of the layer. Where is the name of the layer? So we create a new, we load. By default, it's the name of the layer as it has been saved, right? So let's give as it has been saved in the layer file, of course. So what we should do here is that change the name to the food and drinks feature class dot alias name of that feature class. So one single line of code can do miracles, guys. Remember this quote. You will always. Why are you jumping, Adobe? God damn it, Adobe. Hate you. Ha! Beautiful. Food and drinks, venues and blues. Right? Beautiful. 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 Absolutely gorgeous. Let me drink more coffee. What's next? Yes, group layers. Group layers. Group layers still messes up my application. So messenger. I don't know why I type messenger, right? So problem. So it can't find my layer. So
Let's go back to my best friend application singleton class. Close this. So what I'm doing here is that I'm basically looping through the feature layer, not feature layer, I'm basically looping through the layer indexes, right? So what this will do is basically will get you the first layer, get you the second layer. Let's go ahead and just execute the code in our head. Okay, best friend application, find me the food and drinks layer. So give me the document, give me the map. Layer count. Layer count is, how much is the layer count? 1, 2. This is the layer count. 2 layers, right? I'm going to explain why it's giving you a problem, right? So 2, 0. 2 minus 1, which is 1. I0. Map, give me the layer I equals 0. I0. So give me the first layer. This is the first layer. It's called messenger. And it is I layer. It's actually a group layer, but it can be casted to an I layer because, well, I layer is the master, right? It's the godfather of the all layers. So I layer, under that there is a feature layer, group layer, raster layer, and geo feature layer. So many things, feature layers, so many stuff layers, all right? So that can be casted. P layer. There's a nice if statement here. If type of P layer is I feature layer. Is this really a I feature layer? Let's check. That's not a feature layer. So this is not true. It will just skip and go here. Go to the next one. The next one is 1. What's the next one? This is the next one. Belize. Belize. Is Belize a feature layer? Yes, it is a feature layer. Okay, go. Give me the feature layer. Give me a feature class. It can be casted because it's a feature layer. Give me the feature class. What is the feature class? The feature class is Belize land base. The Belize land base, give me the dataset name. That's Belize land base. Is Belize land base equal to food and drinks? No. Boof. This will break and this will, the loop will basically break and goes here and returns nothing. We return nothing to the back end, and there where the shit hits the fan. I'm sorry, guys, but this is what really happens. So how do you solve it? How do you solve this? It's simple, guys. It's really simple. I don't know what's wrong with you. So this is what you do. If it's not a feature layer, it could be a group layer. So you do an if statement here. If type of P layer is IGroupLayer. This is my new case. Now this is a very bad code and it's wrong. It's not actually, I'm not gonna say wrong, but it's missing. It's not the complete code. There is a better code. There is a better way to write it, but I'm not gonna write it now. Maybe I will. I don't know. Depends. So I need time to play my PlayStation as well, right, guys? So yeah. So let's see. So P layer, IGroupLayer. I have a new video. I have a new video games, right? You have to understand, right? I have commitments. Yeah. Yes. It's a new video game. Yeah, I like GIS. Yeah, but still, it's Bloodborne. Took me 3 hours to get the first bonfire. All right, enough about games. All right, P layer. So let's declare something called group layer as IGroupLayer equal P layer. And since this casts nicely, it could be a group layer. So this is where it gets messy. So if it's a group layer, that means a group layer has a list of nested layers with an S. So there is another, expect another loop inside that, right? And that's the nasty part, okay? So P group layer, I don't think we can go to actually the layers here. So, and this is another thing that I don't understand. I don't have an answer for you. there should be something like layers or layer of 0 and indexes, you know. You can again loop through these layers of this group layer, but the group layer interface has something else. So it has properties like add a layer, you can delete a layer from a group layer, but you can actually loop through the layers, individual layers. For that, you have to do something called a composite layer. Composite, is it like that? ICompositeLayer. This is what you have to do. And you have to cast it to the group layer. So group layer class implements ICompositeLayer for iterating the individual layers. Okay, so now we have something composite layer. There is a count and there is a layer array. Can you guess what we should do next here? Can you guess? There must be a loop similar to this loop and similar to this code, and that's what I really hate, you know, because I'm gonna copy this code here and copy this code here. I'm gonna check here and check there. That's the bad about this, and it gets more complicated as well. So let's just go ahead and just do some dirty coding now, just to explain the idea for you guys. So how do I loop through the layer? Simply for I is used, right? So let's go j as integer equals 0 to pCompositeLayer dot layer dot count minus 1, of course. Then I cannot use p layer anymore. I have to use p sublayer, whatever you want to call it. See, this is nasty, guys. This is really nasty. And you have to go through j, of course, not I. Give me that layer and do the same thing. How about that? You have to check if that sublayer is a feature layer, then take that sublayer, cast it to the feature layer. That's okay, it's a sub variable. And then do this and check if that sublayer is also what? It matches this name. If you found it, then just return. Right? I'm gonna drop a bomb on you now. Right? This code will work now for one group layer, but I'm gonna drop a bomb for you now, just in a second, because you like bombs, right? All right. See, this code works with one group layer. Well, we're gonna work fine. So let's what I have done. So let's get a new group layer. Let's call it Nanny. I don't know why they call it Nanny, but and then we're gonna run. How about that? It actually worked. Why? Because what happened really is that you want me to go through the code again? Let's go, guys. It's very easy. So the outer loop, the inner loop. So the outer loop checks for the layer. If the first layer, is it a feature layer? No, it's not a feature layer. Is it a group layer? In our case, yes, it is. Break that down goddamn group layer into other sublayers and then start looping through the sublayers. Is that sublayer a feature layer? Oh, we found a sublayer. Is it a feature layer? Yes, it is a feature layer. Okay, and we found that from the first try. You want a bomb? Take that. Take that. What if you create another group layer? For some reason, someone is really, you know, he's being an asshole. You know, he just wants to mess with you, right? Boom. This will not work. Why? Because Inside that group layer, there is another group layer. So we literally have to add another loop, another if statement to check if that sub layer is a group layer, then break down into another loop, another loop, another loop, another loop, another loop to infinity and beyond. You want that? You don't want that. That's ugly. And that's not even a code. I don't call it code. This is bad. Don't do that. I've seen code like that. This is bad. Never do this. How to solve it? If you are really if you really good programmer, you know how. You will obviously know how to solve it. Something called recursion. The art of calling yourself. Correct. Call yourself. Create a function that calls itself to find itself, right? And no matter how many group layers, we will always find you. Okay. So what is our if you remember, if you are familiar with recursion, so there is a base case which breaks your call, and there is the continuous case which basically makes the function call itself until it finds a result. Recursions are really good for something that you cannot comprehend or not comprehend, cannot predict. Yeah, the word is predict. My coffee's finishing. All right, so that's bad code. That's bad code. We don't write bad codes here. In IGeometry, we do not write bad codes. Private function, get layer by name. So, you know what? Let's just make a copy of this awful function. Or you know what? Let's paste it. Then we're gonna comment the whole thing. God damn it. I don't know how to comment. There's no comment. I'm gonna delete it. I'm so proud. I know. Yeah. So I don't care. So recursion, guys. Recursion. Let's do recursion. Let's fix this. And we're done. If we fix this, we're done. So how do we do this? Give me the layer. I have the application. I have the map. So first thing we have to do is I think we need to call two functions for that, because first there's the map. We have to loop through the level of the map itself, right? And then we loop through the group layers. There is an infinite chain of group layers. So get layer by name. Let's leave it as it is. I'm gonna create another function, private function get layer by name as well. This takes the layer name, of course, and it takes something else. I believe it's a layer as well, which is the layer we want to break, basically, right? So this is the function. It is an overloaded function, recursive function. So we want to find some name here, right? So what is our base case? For breaking the recursion is if the type of P layer is IFeatureLayer. Okay, that's the first condition that we have to declare, of course, an IFeatureLayer. And then we do this nice if statement here that we have already done. So let's just copy and paste. Right, this is my base condition. So if I found a feature layer, if that layer I'm passing is a feature layer, break it down, go down in the feature class, get that down. If it matches, then just return the layer. So this returns an I layer. I forgot to do that. Right? Just returns the layer, and that's it. However, if it's not, what will happen? If it's a group layer, which is this case, right? This long case. Is it this one? Yeah. If it's a group layer, if that layer is a feature layer, we're fine. We're happy. Because this might basically this basically will end the recursion piece. This will end the loop or this recursion, whether we found it or not. If we find it, then it's fine. If we don't, then we will basically return nothing. So else, we have to return something here. Return nothing, because if it doesn't match, then this is not what I'm looking for. Just return nothing and exit the loop. Exit this. If it is a feature, it is a group layer, then break it down, go down here, and the funny thing, we don't have to do this now. Simply call the recursive function. We basically will return whatever get layer by name of S layer name, and the sublayer will return. Whatever this will return, we're going to return it to the next one. So eventually, some function will basically find that function and will return it eventually to the last or first caller. So let's see if our code is correct or not. So I'm gonna pass the layer name, check this layer. If it matches, then I'm gonna return the layer itself. It's fine. If it doesn't, I'm gonna return nothing. So I have to handle this nothing somehow, right? If I got to handle this layer of nothing as well, correct? So if that returns nothing, p sublayer, let's see. So p layer. So now we need to clean up this code. Let's just delete all these codes and then call return get layer by name of its layer name. How about that? And p layer. This is serious stuff, guys. This is serious. Save. So we have get layer by name, S layer, and gonna loop. Give me the layer name. Give me that layer you're searching. If it's just a simple layer, I'm gonna get here. All right, break that. If I found it, if I didn't find it, I'm gonna return nothing. And this will return nothing and it will break. So this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. If it returns nothing, we're gonna keep going, right? We have to keep going. We cannot just return. That's wrong. Return will basically mess this up. So all right, so how can we know that it has been found? It is basically, we can do interesting. So we can the layer might be inside, so what we have to do is basically, let's create p found layer, the layer that has been found. Okay, this is the layer that has been found. So we say p found layer equal this. If p found, if not p found layer is nothing, that means if I found something, if you found the layer, then just return it, because this is it. Return p found layer. right? Only if it's not nothing. If it's nothing, then go on and go to the next one. So this will return nothing if any of this chain returns nothing. So let's take this example now. So if I am searching the first group layer, it's a group layer, so it will go here. It's not a feature layer, it's called nanny, right? The first one, nanny will go here and go to the group layer, break it down, go loop, and then I found another layer called Edmond, and I don't know what this layer is. I just pass it to the next get layer by name, and I say return. So this and this. Okay, the second function opens and says find me the layer name, which is food and drinks in Edmond. And Edmond is again a group layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and break it down, right? And finally, I'm gonna find a layer here. Okay, it's called food and drinks. Pass it. It's a layer, so pass this layer back to the first caller, which is this one. That will return to the previous caller, which is the previous one, which will again return to the previous caller. But what if we have, for example, Belize here? So if I found that and return nothing, that's the problem. I'm gonna have to do another check here. I have to do another check to see if that recursive layer, if that recursion is matched or not. So let's see. P layer. I'm blocking here, guys. Coffee is finished. I'm gonna get through this. I'm not editing this video, no. Let's do this. All right, so I need to make sure everything is fine, everything is right. So let's just declare a P, let's call it P found layer as I layer, let's call this. So I guess we should do the same here, basically, same as we did here. So if P found layer, if not P found layer is nothing. If you found something, return it. If you didn't, don't return nothing. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go to the next one. Go to the next one until you find something. If that's the thing, right? So if I found, for example, Belize first, this will return nothing, right? Aha, now we're talking. So Belize will return nothing. We'll go here, right? If it's nothing, we should not just return nothing and we'll break the whole chain. We should check if it's not nothing. Okay, if it's nothing, let's go ahead. Go to the next one. What's the next one? The next one is this. So fine. Now this code should work. If you somehow came here and you didn't find anything, then simply return nothing. And this is unlikely because all our layers must be either a group layer, a feature layer, or a group layer. It can be other layers, but we don't have such cases now. So this is the case. So wow, that's a long code just to take care of some simple stupid thing, huh, guys? What to do? Build. Let's see if this will work, Aslan. We're not sure. First, we'll try no group layers. It should work, right? Because I'm not assuming that I have group layers. So this should work without group layers. Booyah! Works without group layers. New. Let's mess it up. One group layer. Booyah! Works. Double group layer inside group layer. Booyah! Works. Group layer inside the second one. Works. What do you want? Where do you want to put it? Huh? Where do you want to put it? all the way down, all the way down. I don't care. We can do this. We can, for all I care, we can copy, paste, do so many things, mess up this. It always will work. So that was the episode, guys. Was a lengthy one. I didn't expect it to be lengthy, but I really I didn't prepare for this recursion thing. You know, it's just all over my head. So there you go, guys. We have done it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you really like it. If you don't leave a dislike. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna see you in the next one, guys. You take care. Goodbye.